الحمد لله نحمده ونشكره ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهدي الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. Viewers at home, I welcome you once again on SAHUR Live with the best mode of greeting by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Allah. If you look at this morning, we are gradually moving closely to the end of this year Ramadan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the opportunity of witnessing the end of this year Ramadan and many more. And this morning, we are going to discuss something that is very, very important as at this morning, which normally comes tail end of Ramadan, and that is the issue of Zakat and Zakatul Fitr. Zakat and Zakatul Fitr as an evidence of Islamic empathy. You see, Islam is a religion that takes into cognizance issue of social system. Because one of the things that manifests in most of the society is that that particular social system have not been properly taken care of. And that is why most of the policies are not mercy. It's not people-oriented, let me put it that way. Or let me say that it does not impact actually into the life of the general people. The designer may think it's impacting, but the reality is that it may not at all time. And that is why Islam so much take into cognizance the issue of social system. And in the 5 pillars of Islam, one of it has to treat issue of socio-economic system. Because Zakat is of socio-economic. It has social system and it have economic system. And but Zakatul Fitr is more peculiar to Ramadan. In fact, it only comes in Ramadan. We encourage Muslims to pay their Zakat in Ramadan because of the benefit or because of the reward system in Ramadan. But Zakat Fitr cannot come outside the time of Ramadan and because it is time bound in Islam. Now, when you talk about Zakat, payment of Zakat is taking certain percentage as ordained by Allah through His Prophet from our income as long as certain conditions had been fulfilled. But this morning, we are not going to take more of our time in going into those details. But what's important is that one of the pillars of Islam is Zakat. Zakat is what you pay from your income. This income could be money, it could be livestock, it could be grains, it could be so many things. It could be properties you are using for business and a host of others. So all these things are there. But Allah instructed the Prophet, "Hus min amwalihim sadaqa tutahhiruhum wa tuzakkihim biha." Allah informed the Prophet that take from them, from their money, from their wealth, take from it. Yeah, sadaqa. Though Allah used sadaqah here, but with the husl, there it shows that it's an instructive. So it means sadaqah there means zakat as well, to tahiru. So you can, this zakat will purify the wealth itself, what to say, key in beer. And the owner of the zakat, we call it be purified. That's the essence of zakat in Islam. And because of that, because of its importance, you see zakat side by side in so many facets of the Quran with salat, wa aqimu salata wa atu zakata. So you normally see it like that. Now, when it is time for us to pay zakat, it's an annual event and it has to be valued, it has to be quantified, and it has to be. But who are the beneficiaries when you want to do it? Yeah. There are 8 categories of people that the Quran mentioned to us that they are the beneficiaries of the zakat. And that's the poor, the needy, the officials of zakat distribution, those whose hearts are to be reconciled with faith, the slaves, those indebted. I mean, you can use zakat in the way of Allah and the wayfarer. But when you talk about this zakat, of what importance it is in Islam. One, it purifies human soul. You see, when somebody amass wealth, there is likelihood of having some heart diseases, such as greediness, lustfulness, stinginess. You find it more in those who are actually rich. Some people are stinkily rich, but they are very, very stingy. So no matter how stingy you are, if you're a Muslim, you must pay zakat. And that is how zakat is assisting you to purify your soul from that vices with you. Another benefit is that it fulfills the needs of the less privileged people in the society. If you look at these 8 categories of people, especially the poor, the needy, the people indebted, these are less privileged people. And through zakat, we can assist them in overcoming this challenge. Zakat, in a way, is another form of redistribution of wealth. The wealth have been skewed to a particular group of people. By the time they are paying zakat, these people that receive zakat this year, when they make use of their zakat, they empower themselves with certain things. Next year, they too may become somebody that will be paying zakat for others. Yeah, it's a form of creating wealth, and it's a form of creating job in the society. Zakat can lead to wealth creation, and zakat can equally lead to job creation. Yeah, it's a way of controlling the inflation rate. If zakat is well distributed, because if only some group of people are rich, they can determine what goes on in the economic market. But if it's well distributed, it can be check and balances. Zakat is an annual event from cash, from farm produce, from livestock, animals, and why Zakat Fitr is annual also, but peculiar to Ramadan. Zakatul Fitr is peculiar to Ramadan. It's a sunnah, but very, very obligatory. Yeah, and because the Prophet nowadays in Bukhari and Muslim, the Prophet directed that once we are in Ramadan, and Ramadan is coming to an end, we take certain SAHUR and use it as Zakatul Fitr. For what purpose do we do this? One, it will purify the person that have just completed the fasting from some slight errors during that fasting period. And it will equally lead to social, promoting social system. What does that mean? Yes, Eid al-Fitr is a period of celebration. But some people do not have what it takes to celebrate. Zakatul Fitr is a way of providing for such people. They will collect certain things, and they feel happy with their family. They can cook, they can drink, and they can celebrate with others. And that's the essence of, Zakatul Fitr should be from the famous food in that locality. In our own locality, the like of rice, beans, grains, meat, millet, and the like. These are things, but the scholars of Islam opined that we can equally monetize these things as long as the rules are strictly followed. What does that mean? If you are giving rice as a Zakatul Fitr, the exact money that we buy the exact quantity you are using for that Zakatul Fitr is what you are using in terms of money. If to pay Zakatul Fitr through rice require 10,000 naira, for example, it means that when you are giving it as cash, you can't give it 9,500. It has to be the same 10,000. The scholars opine that you can monetize it or mix it, that partly foodstuff and partly monetary value because of the circumstance we find ourselves. The exigencies of time may allow that. And because of the universality of Islam, there are some places today, they can't be able to be carried that foodstuff along. They may have to use money value to do that. Now, so the time frame for Zakatul Fitr, for those of us who are listening to us and you are going to pay your Zakatul Fitr, ensure that you pay your Zakatul Fitr on or before the Imam commences the Eid prayer. Before we go to Eid, we must have completed the payment of our Zakatul Fitr. You can as well administer your Zakatul Fitr yourself, and there could be committees in various localities, maybe the mosque and the like. They may organize it to make it an organized things collect Zakatul Fitr and redistribute it, as long as they have the knowledge of how to do it and they do it diligently. If they're able to do that one, yeah. As we are moving closer to the end of Ramadan, I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our siyam. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our qiyam. May He accept our dua and give us the opportunity of witnessing this year Eid al-Fitr and many other more. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.